Okay, so we're recording, and so I've got a bunch of graphics I want to share. So as somebody talks, Jenny or Mom, as you're talking, if you want me to pull up a graphic of the comp plan, I can definitely do that. I know it'll be helpful for a couple of things that y'all are talking about. So one thing I want to start with is I really feel like this comp plan is one of the things that sold me on Plexus. When I was talking to Ashley about joining, I was like, okay, I want to love the products, and that would be great if they work. But if the compensation plan could really back me up and really quickly I could be making money to stay home with my kids, that really motivated me. And I had tried a couple other network marketing companies, and they had not worked out. So to think that this company's compensation plan was different and exciting, it really drew me to the business side of this. So I hope that a lot of you guys have felt the same. If you want to work the business, it means a lot to me and to your leaders on this team. If you're on this call, that you care about the comp plan and you want to learn about it, because that means that it probably does mean something to you. And I see some new faces. Some of you guys are brand new to our team. So this can be overwhelming. And I'll be real honest with you. For my first couple months, I did not worry about how I got paid. I worried that it was there on the day they said it would be, but I couldn't deal with the 11 ways, because in my head, I was like, okay, I need to be adding people. I need to be figuring out how I get paid. And I just had to be like, okay, I'm just going to get paid. And that's all I really need to know. And I mean, every single month I've gotten a paycheck, and it has been a huge blessing. And so the nitty gritty of the compensation plan is kind of confusing. But once you get it and you hear it more than one time and really grasp it, it will be helpful. So I'm recording tonight, so we'll have that. I'll post it on the team page. So take notes. Just kind of let it sink in, and then we have the recording. You can go back and look at it. We'll also open it up for questions at the end, but just bear with us and trust that we're doing our best to explain it to you. So one thing that we're going to talk about first is your commissions, retail commissions, and that is from your customer base. So one thing that has really been important to me recently is figuring out what kind of customer I want my people to be. So when I start talking to somebody and they're telling me their health issues and they're telling me why they want to use Plexus, I go ahead and ask them, like, hey, are you willing to commit to me 90 days? Are you willing to commit, some time to this and really give some energy into this and really make an investment in your health? Or is this a 1 month thing for you? Are you in this to see what it's like for a month and then you're not sure what's going to happen? And people will be honest with you. They're not going to lie to you when it's about money. So if they know that they're not going to be committed for 90 days, they'll usually tell you. And so at that point, that's when I usually decide. A lot of times I don't even give people prices anymore until they tell me that point. And when they say that, I'll give them a preferred customer price. I don't sell retail, guys. I think that's rips people off. Unless they're buying a trial pack from my website, I don't have anybody order retail. I just think that you could save them money by being a preferred customer. So if they are willing to give you 30 days, they're not sure if they want to give you more than that. They want our 60-day money-back guarantee, which is awesome. You have that for every option now. And they, are kind of iffy, and they maybe even mention the 60-day money-back guarantee. I go with a preferred customer. 10 times out of 10, that's what I do. If they have mentioned the business, have mentioned getting their products paid for, have said, like, I'm not really sure I could afford it past a month, but I would love to, then that's a red light. That's a red flag there for me. Oh, maybe they would be a good ambassador. Maybe they're willing to give you 90 days, and they'll tell you that. Maybe they will say that they are interested in the business, and they will also need to be confident telling you, hey, I'm willing to spend a little over $100 a month. And that's what I tell them. Like, ambassadors, wholesale customers are meant to spend a little over $100 a month every month for 3 to 6 months. And that's just me being honest with them, me being upfront with them. That's really how it's made. You don't really want a wholesale customer joining. It's great for them to pay that $35 and get a better price that first order. But if they're not going to order that second month, in the long run, it pays you more for them to be a customer and not an ambassador. So those are really important points. So I hope that sinks in for you. So let me show you our comp plan summary chart. And I did stick on there on the team page that it would be great to have a copy of this in front of you. If you don't, it's okay. We've got one here. You can find it in your back office. You can find it, I lost my Zoom call. You can find it, you can Google Plexus compensation plan and find it there too, but the most updated one is going to be in your back office under the tools. And so that's where I found it. Let me share my screen. All right, and if somebody will give me a thumbs up if you can see the compensation plan. Okay, so this is everything. This is all the ways that we get paid right here. So it looks like a lot of numbers and a lot of charts and a lot of things, and I honestly wish they would make it prettier colors. And there used to be one that had different headings and colors and it separated a little more, but this is the one that's on the back office, and I went with it because sometimes our preferred customer bonuses have changed. and I wanted to make sure we had the most updated ones. So Jenny, I'll let you go ahead and start with retail stuff. Do you want me to leave it up, or would you rather me take it down?
Leave it up for now. I do have something to share in a second, and hopefully it'll let me. I'm not sure if it will or not, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Retail Rewards Commission. If you're looking at this chart with me, it's down at the bottom left, and you'll see that under personal volume, it says from 0 to $99.99, you're not going to be getting any commission at that point. And the reason for that, Tiffany's going to explain pay points in just a little bit. But the reason for that is because that's your qualifying volume. Your first $100 that you purchase, or really anything that goes through your website. So just the first $100 of volume that you have is what's going to qualify you to get paid. And it's also what's going to pay those pay points out to your uplines, or, your sponsor, so to speak. And so that's why you're not getting any commission for the first $100. That's what we call the qualifying volume. The next portion there, if you guys can see it, it says $100 to $499.99. And that is where you're going to get 15% commission on all those, either of your own purchases or anything that's purchased by a customer through your website. And I kind of like to refer to it as brackets, kind of like a tax bracket. When you're earning about that amount of PV, $100 up to $499.99, you're in the 15% commission bracket. However, with tax, that's not a good thing with your taxes, but with your taxes, if you make a certain amount of money, then you bump up to another bracket. And it's the same way with the amount of sales that you have with Plexus. So as soon as you hit $500 in PV and up, you're going to bump up to the 25% commission bracket. And because you're going up a bracket, it's not just going to pay that out on anything over $500. It's going to pay it out on everything. Just like, with the IRS, you would be taxed on your entire income if you went up a bracket. So that's a good way to think about it, because I know it can be confusing, and you might think, okay, well, after I hit 500, then I'll make 25% on that. But you'll actually bump up to a 25% commission paid ambassador. And therefore, for that month, you'll make 25% on all of your volume. Above 100, of course, because again, that's your qualifying volume. And so that's the way the Retail Rewards Commission works. And I did create a little, it says I cannot share my screen while the other participant is sharing. Tiffany, can you take that part down? Let's see if it works now. I didn't know if it's because I wasn't. Okay, can y'all see that? I'm going to give me a heads up or thumbs up if it worked. Okay, good. Okay, so this is just a little example that I made for you guys, for you to be able to see an example of, and Sally is random. I just made that name up. Okay, so this is Sally's retail commissions, we'll say, for the month of March. Okay, so Sally orders her triplex every single month for personal use. And that is actually how I use the triplex every month. So I order the triplex every single month, no matter what. And that actually meets my qualifying volume. And I know a lot of people, obviously, if you're sharing the products, you probably love them and you're ordering them for yourself, in which case you're going to meet your $100 qualifying volume from your own order. But that's the case with Sally. Sally orders her triplex every month for personal use. So she's met her $100 volume with that. And then she has two friends, Tina and Julie, who both order a triplex combo as preferred customers. Her friend James orders Slim Accelerator combo as a preferred customer. And then Jamie doesn't listen when she recommends preferred, and so she orders it as a retail customer. Just threw that in there to shake things up a little bit. Okay, so if you look at the numbers there that I totaled up, Sally had her 101 PV, which goes into her volume. Your own orders do go into your volume as well. Tina and Julie both got the 115 PV for their triplex. And I do want to mention it for anybody that's new and doesn't realize, your PV is not necessarily the same number as the cost of the product. It has less to do with the exact cost and more to do with the way that they calculate the volume amount, I guess, tax-wise. I mean, I don't know exactly how that works, but the company has an actual volume amount for each product, and all of that's in your back office. You can see that there. But so that's why these numbers are a little bit different here. This is the PV for each one. And then James's Slim and Accelerator is 90 PV. And then Jamie gets her, and I just realized I did put the preferred price for Jamie. But anyways, you get the point. Okay, so Sally's total PV for the month of March is $500.95. So if you go over to the right, you can see where I took away that $100 for her qualifying volume. And so her paying commission is going to be on the $400.95 of volume after her qualifying volume. Hopefully that's just making sense. Everybody's following me so far. So that's why you're going to see, because she did hit 500 PV, she's going to get 25% in commission. And so $400.95 times 25% is going to give her $100.24 in commission. Now, I'm going to briefly explain to you really quick one thing I probably should have said when the comp chart was up. But one of the great things that we get with Plexus that I don't think a lot of other companies do is what they call an override commission. So you're actually not just going to make commission off of your own sales, so to speak, or orders that go through your website, but you're also going to make 5% commission on every single order that goes through your level one's websites as well. Did I say that right, Tony? That makes sense what I just said? Okay. And so that's at the bottom, and I'm going to go over that in a little bit more detail in just a second. But this, what I'm talking about at the top, is just for Sally. So Sally's going to make that $100.24. Now, right under that, you'll see that I gave you a little bit of an example just to show why it's so important to hit 500 PV and why we really encourage that and we celebrate that when you do it. Because when you do hit 500 PV and you jump up to that 25% bracket, it makes a really big difference on your commission. You can see that the example I gave right underneath there at 495 PV, that's just a 5 PV difference. But because you're only getting a 15% commission on that, your commission is only going to be $74.25. So off of just a $5 difference in PV, that's a $25 difference in commission, right? So, you're getting 5 times the commission on just that last $5 just because you hit 500 PV. So I always recommend to my team, and they know because they've probably heard me call them before and say it, if you're close to 500 PV, then order a trial pack, order something and get there, because you're basically getting free product, if nothing else. And, if you go on to sell that trial pack, then it's just, you're just coming out, in green. But even if you don't sell it and you were to just give it away, you got it for free and then some, because, you're getting that extra commission just for hitting 500 PV. And then Miss Lynn's going to explain preferred customer bonuses. So that's why I didn't go into a lot of detail of that. But you do get a bonus on all those preferred. And so I just tossed that in there that Sally would have had $58 in preferred customer bonuses. And so, without her pay points, without any business building bonuses, she's going to make $158 just off of 4 customers. So you can see how quick this adds up, when you're getting customers plus, building your team. And then that at the bottom is kind of what I mentioned a second ago, where we get paid retail override commission on every one of our personal sponsored level ones. So, Lynn and I are both Tiffany's level ones. Any product volume we have for the month, any of our PV, she's going to get 5% commission on that. So you can see, if Sally was my level 1 and she had that $400.95, and I got 5%, that's $20. And while $20 may not seem like a lot, guys, you got to think, if you have 20 level ones and they're all, getting around 500 PV, think about how quick 20 times $20, that adds up pretty quickly, those retail override commissions on all your level ones. And this is why I'll stop talking, but this is why it's so important to never stop sponsoring level ones. Never start putting everybody under someone else, right? Because we don't want to build deep in Plexus. We want to build very wide, because you're going to get all these retail override commissions for your level ones. Okay, I'll stop.
Will somebody send us these handouts that you're putting on the screen?
Yeah, sure. We can upload them. We can do a little folder on the team page and upload them. We've all got, I think Mom has some stuff too. So we can make a little folder there and drop them for you guys, and you can download them and print them.
Thank you. That'd be very helpful.
Okay. Okay, Mom. So if you'll talk about preferred customer bonuses, do you have anything you want to screen share, or do you want me to share it? Jenny, I think you have to stop sharing so someone else can.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. I can't even see anything for some reason. Oh, I see.
Jenny, yeah, just put yours back up and I'll show them where it is on that page.
Okay.
Your sister's calling. Sorry, let me turn that off. Okay.
Okay. On
that form, right in the very middle where it says preferred customer bonus, that's a big square there. There are 20 things that when you have a preferred customer that you get a bonus on. And this is why if somebody's not all in to be an ambassador, it's great to keep them as a customer, because we get these bonuses. And they are good, they're popular products. They're not just products that we don't sell as much. They're Accelerator, BioCleanse, the body cream, the block, some of the combos, the triplex. Every time a customer orders a triplex, you get extra $20 that order, and every month that they order it, it's not a one-time bonus. It's an over and over and over bonus. So it's really important to get them interested in as many products as you can, of course. And let me say this, I know that triplex, I don't know if triplex is for all of your customers, but I don't tell anybody about anything else except triplex first. I guess that's the best way to say it. I believe that to get everybody's body in check, they need to be on the triplex first. And then you can add block, and I take all that stuff. I take block, I take accelerator, I take Mega X, I take X Factor, but I only started with the triplex. And, you know, when people are starting, they're a little leery of how many different things they're starting at one time. So if you can get everybody on the triplex, number one, that meets the 100 PV, or it really boosts your preferred customer bonuses at $20 extra for a triplex. It's just like a great base to start everybody on. If they're not willing to spend about $120 a month every month, they need to be a customer. Let's leave them as a customer until they're so in love with it that they want the better price. And then they'll already be committed when you help them upgrade to being an ambassador. But there's nothing wrong, and Tiffany and I are proof that we should have left some people as customers, right? There's nothing wrong with keeping them as customers because they will order over and over and over. And when they decide they don't want to anymore, it doesn't hurt your feelings as much as it might if they're an ambassador. So leave them as a customer. We need customers too, because customers help boost your PV. And so it's important to have both. You want a good balance of committed wholesale people and a good balance of customers. I really struggle having enough customers because I end up upgrading them all to ambassadors, and I probably need to leave some of them down there. Leave them as customers. Get those bonuses. So don't miss the money that's on the table to you with bonuses. We'll get you these forms. If you can't find it in the back office, we'll get you one. So once Tiffany puts them on our team page, you can put it on your phone, and I can print mine to my printer at my house. I don't know if y'all have those kind of printers, an AirDrop printer. You can just print it from your phone. It is sweet. And it's only a $99 printer. Go get you one. When you earn you one in Plexus, earn you some $99 and get you a new printer. So let me just tell you this too. It's all about the health, but I'm just going to tell y'all, when you get those notifications of the money in your bank, raise your hand if you got a notification of money in your bank. There's nothing like that notification, man. I get excited if it's $25 because what are you doing? What is wrong with your hand?
Y'all, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm blue. I don't know.
That did not happen when you were with me. You were very clean when we were shopping.
Anyway, sorry. So distracted.
Speaking of it, anyway, I was excited because we got to go shopping. And, that's extra money. That's fun. So we got to build those teams and build those customers so you get those notifications that you got money waiting. Woo! Send it to the bank. Okay.
All right. Jenny's going to talk next about business building bonuses. So this is what we get our Friday paychecks for. Go ahead, Jenny.
Okay, yes. So if you want to get a paycheck as early as next week, the way to do that is to sponsor people. So we've made it pretty clear. I know Glenn and Tiffany have both mentioned that it's really important not to have somebody, can you hear me? Not really? Maybe it's because I have the wrong headphone. Can you hear me now? Better? Okay, sorry. Lynn and Tiffany have already kind of mentioned that it's really important for us to not sponsor people if they're not going to want to stick with that roughly $120 a month for the first 3 to 6 months. But another thing that I really want to focus on is why it's so important to purchase a welcome, or to encourage your new ambassadors to purchase a welcome pack. And the reason this is so key is for 2 reasons. One, they're not going to get the success kit that we all get unless they purchase the welcome pack. That comes in the welcome pack. Another reason that it's so key is because we want to start them off on the right foot, right, with their products. If they're joining Plexus, they should be purchasing product. But while we want them to purchase a welcome pack instead of just a bag of Slim or something else, is because when somebody joins, the only way you get these business building bonuses paid out the following week is if they purchase a welcome pack. So the business building bonuses are actually paid out of that welcome pack. That's where the bonus comes from. So if they only join and pay their $34.95, you do not get the business building bonus. Okay. So let's say, for example, we have several choices of welcome pack options, but they're all either $99 or $199. Well, the way the business building bonus works is that anyone who joins your team in a given week, the following Friday, you'll get a check that is a bonus based on what level they were of yours. So I did make another little document here, and I'll give this one to Tiffany too, so she can add it to the page. But here's Sally again, and this is who Sally who Sally sponsored this week. Okay, so Sally personally sponsored Jane and Thomas, her two friends, and they both purchased triplex welcome packs, which are both $99 options. Jane and Thomas both went on to personally sponsor two ambassadors who also bought the triplex because, like Lynn, we're recommending the triplex to everybody. Then one of Thomas's new ambassadors, one of Thomas also sponsored, one of Thomas's new ambassadors also sponsored an ambassador with a triplex welcome pack. Okay, so because of this, Sally personally sponsored two people, and she's going to get a $25 bonus for each of those, Jane and Thomas. The reason she's going to get $25 is that Plexus takes our welcome packs, and half of the welcome pack is paid back out to the ambassadors. So for a $99, they always do 25 though, which really I guess isn't technically half. I think they kind of boosted up a little bit. But for a $99 welcome pack, they pay out to the level 1. They pay out half of that half. Okay, so basically what we're saying is half of the welcome pack, which is $50, is paid out to everybody. Half of that, which is 25, goes to the level 1. Okay, then it kind of breaks down from there, and you can see all that on the compensation plan summary. And I don't have it right. So I think it's what is it, 50%, then 25% goes to the second level up, then I think 15%, and then 10%. So it's the first 4 levels up from you are going to make some sort of a bonus off of you sponsoring someone. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So because they each purchased triplex welcome packs, Sally's going to get $25 for Jane and $25 for Thomas. Okay, I hope I did this math right, and if I didn't, I'm really sorry. I was rushing when I got home from work. Okay, so then each of those level 2s, because anyone that Thomas or Jane sponsored now, of course, is Sally's level 2, right? She's going to get $12.50 for each one of those. And because they each sponsored 2, obviously there's 4 of those, and that's about $50 that she's getting from those level 2s. Now, one of Thomas's, like I said, also went on to sponsor someone. So this is now Sally's level 3, right? And so Sally's going to get about a $7.50 bonus for that level 3. Okay, so let's say this all happens in 1 week, which may sound crazy, but it's very doable. That's what that duplication is, how it starts rolling down, right? So I'm going to use, again, the example of Tiffany and Lynn, and I'm pretty sure Susan is Miss Lynn's level 1, right? Am I right about that? Okay, so let's say Tiffany sponsors Lynn in a week, and then Lynn goes on and she sponsors 2 more people later on in that same week, right? The following Friday, Tiffany's going to get bonuses for all of those business building bonuses from those welcome packs that were purchased. Okay, so that's how all this can kind of happen pretty quickly. And you can see at the bottom that the total for all those bonuses would be $107.50. And one of the great things about this is because, like I said, it's duplicating and it's kind of going down into all of your levels. You know, if you've got 5 level 1s that are all adding, and then they're teaching theirs to add 3 also. I mean, your checks can definitely go up way above $107.50. Some of our top diamonds in the company, I know, are getting thousands and thousands of dollar weekly checks. So they're weekly checks, and you're getting these 4 times a month, you know, or a couple $1,000s a piece probably, not to mention their, you know, $15,000 monthly checks. So that's mind blowing. Anyway, I hope that makes sense and that's helpful.
Sorry, I couldn't get unmuted. Yes, that was great. So yeah, so that's just a few of the ways that you can get paid. So I'm going to finish the rest of the comp plan, and this is the nitty gritty. So I really love what I have found. At first, I focused a lot on growing a team because, of course, your first rank is silver, and that is adding ambassadors. So you focus on that a lot. But in the meantime, it's also good to not forget that it's really important to get customers. And all of those things that Jenny and Mom just talked about, that's why. Because the retail and the retail commissions and the preferred customer bonuses, like those are just really good ways to boost your monthly paycheck. So don't forget that as you start growing your team. Okay, so the next thing on our comp plan, I hate that this is kind of blurry when you show it, but I'm going to keep showing it because I don't have another one pulled up. The next thing on our comp plan is our rank achievement bonuses. So let me slide up here. So every time that you, so let's say we're all shooting for silver. If you're brand new, that's your first goal. And what that means is you sponsor 3 people that are active and have ordered to your team. So that would be 3 wholesale customers or 3 ambassadors that you personally sign up and you hit silver. When that happens, they all are going to order welcome packs because that's the best process, and that's what we're teaching them. They need that success kit, and it's the best price on products. That welcome pack kit is also lower priced than the wholesale price, so they're getting a better deal on their products that first time. So They've done all of that. You're going to get all those bonuses. And then when you have those 3 people that have ordered and active, you're going to be a silver ambassador. So that means you will get a $100 bonus on your next month's check. Who doesn't need an extra $100? Awesome, right? Okay, so that's rank achievement bonuses. And you can see as the list goes down, when you hit gold, you get 250. When you hit senior gold, you get 350, ruby 500, and senior ruby 750. That's a one-time achievement bonus on the following month. So that's really exciting. Okay, so then after you hit silver, the next promotion that you're aiming for is gold. So right below here, can you see my cursor as I'm moving around? Yeah. Okay, so right below here is the gold. So that's the next promotion rank advancement that you're looking for. A lot of times I think of it like, okay, silver is an independent thing. You do silver all by yourself. That's based on you. That's based on your production. But gold doesn't have to be. I will tell you that a lot of people feel like they do gold independently. It takes some time to really build that momentum on your team and get a couple business builders is what we would call them. But if you have 1 or 2, one can help you get to gold really, really quickly. And that's really exciting. The potential is just amazing if you have somebody that wants to run with you and work this business. So when you hit gold, you would have sponsored 3 ambassadors, personally sponsored qualified ambassadors, 3. It's the same. So you're pretty much silver, but you need more pay points. So this is where things start to get a little fishy. It starts to get confusing, but it's an exciting part of our compensation plan. So kind of think of pay points as profit sharing. So when you have 100 pay points, that's when you hit gold. All of the rest of your promotions are based on points after silver. So hit silver with your 3 people, and then you look at points to determine your next promotion. So 50% of all the profits in Plexus in 1 month come back to us in the pay points, which is amazing to me. Come back to us to help create the pay point. But then 45% helps create, goes in to pay those pay points. So this is why the power of 3 is so important. These numbers get confusing to me. So if you have, I have a graphic for this. If you have, let's just look at this. So let's say I'm the ambassador here. I have, on my first level, I have 3 ambassadors. So I have Mom, I have Jenny. Oh, you can't see it? Oh, thank you guys for all the notes. Let's see. Screen sharing is paused. Resume share. It's because I changed. Let's see. No, did not change. Let's see if I do this. Now? Maybe I have to stop sharing and then reshare. This is not crazy technical difficulties tonight. Okay, pay points explained. Yes, okay. I'm the ambassador here. I'm trying to zoom in for you guys. So I have 3 ambassadors on my team. I have Mom, I have Jenny, and I have Chelsea. Those are my 3 business builders on my team. They each give me 5 pay points each. So just in 1 month, if I have those 3 people ordering 100 PV, I get 15 points for that month. As you can see there, points range from $2.89 to $4.89. We always go with an average of $3. So here at the bottom, it does the math. If they were valued at $325, for example, with all of those points, you get $15,000. So you get paid on more levels, the higher promotion that you get. But let's just say for that month. So if I only had 15 points, 15 times 3, I would get $45 just from Mom, Jenny, and Chelsea ordering. Plus, I would have ordered for myself, so I would have commission from that. Does that make sense? Okay, so you can see the potential here. So once it gets deeper, of course, there's more. Once you have a bigger team, there's more potential for more income. But, I mean, for example, last month I had around 600 points, you guys. So you have to think about just one section of our compensation plan, 600 times 3, okay? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that just from points, just from people being regular, ordering their products and doing it. So that's why if they're not ordering 100 PV, it's better for them to be a customer. They don't give you the 5 points unless they order 100 PV. So those people that are all sitting at 89, 95 PV, they drive us crazy. We love having the customers, but you're sitting on the edge of an extra deposit in your bank account the next month. And listen, you guys, of course, this call is about pay, but it's not all about the money for me, but this is how I think about it when I think about the payment plan. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Okay, let me stop sharing here. Okay, so because one thing that's different about Plexus is that you can have as many level 1s as you want to. This is different than a lot of other multi-level marketing companies. A lot of them have a cap. So I can have 3,000 level 1s if I want to, which would be insane. But you know, the personal sponsoring opportunity there is unlimited. So you can build wide and deep, and that is different about Plexus. And that's something that I really, really like. Okay. So when I'm following my notes here. So you can be paid up to 7 levels deep. And in my opinion, that is really, really generous from our company. I'm Ruby, almost senior Ruby, and I'm still not hitting that 7th level. So that means I still have so much potential within the team we already have to be paid more, which is really, really cool. It can still spread wide, and I still have more potential to make money, which is really awesome. Okay, so let's go back and look at, I don't know if we really need to look at it. I think I can just talk to you about it. So at gold, you need 100 points to be gold. So when you hit gold, you get a $250 bonus. You have to have your 3 people. But if you do the math, you need about 100 points. So if you divide that by 5, because they all are going to pay you about 5 points each, you need about 20 people active and ordering to be gold. So that's kind of how we look at ranks. Gold, senior gold, those are ranks that you really need to look at the number of people you have that are actively ordering. Once you get to Ruby and senior Ruby and a little bit higher up, you're getting deeper, so they count different points. And I'm going to show you the points, how they change as you get higher up in rank. If I can figure out how to share the right thing.
It's 4th level, isn't it, where it changes? Isn't it 4th level, Tiffany? It changes at 4th.
I don't know anything off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
I think it is
not how my brain works.
I think it's
so at gold, you get paid on 5 levels. On senior gold, you get paid on 6 levels, and then senior Ruby, you get starting to paid on 7 levels. But right down here, Plexus points earned by level. So you get 5 points for levels 1 through 3. So that means I sponsor Jenny. She can sponsor 2 people deep, and I still get paid 5 points on all of those people. Then the 4th level is 4, 5th level is 3 points, the 6th level is 2 points, and the 7th level is 1 point. Of course, it gets lower, but it's so deep by that point, it's not going to matter. By the time your team is big enough to be earning points on 7 levels, it doesn't matter that you're only getting 1 point for those. So if you're silver and you're on here and you're shooting for something next, it's gold. And so you need about 20 people. Sometimes it's a little more because, of course, it's an ever-changing number, and sometimes people don't order for a month or they drop off or whatever the case may be. But you are always shooting for a little bit over that number divided by 5. So your points required in your organization. Another thing is you have to have more than 1 leg. So I sponsored Mom. If Mom grew her business huge, well, Mom did grow her business huge, but because Mom grew her business huge, I had to have another leg also growing a business. I can't make all my money off of 1 leg. So that's your points needed outside of your primary leg. So when I hit gold, it was fine if I had 100 points, and 75 of them could have been on 1 leg. Mom could have earned me 75 points on her team, but 15 of them had to be from Jenny's team. What's cool is that I sponsored Jenny. Jenny sponsored Krista. Krista pays, when she orders her 100 PV, she pays Jenny 5 points, but she also pays me 5 points. So it's not like it's everybody. I don't know, it feels confusing to me for some reason, but that 5 points is good again and again for those 3 levels. Or 4 levels, 3 levels. So that's really exciting. It's not like she's just Jenny's 5 points. She's 5 points for Jenny, she's 5 points for me. And so it's very beneficial. So when you get a bigger team, it's protecting us. So when I'm senior gold, I can't have all of my points on 1 leg. Somebody else has to be growing a team. There have to be 40 points outside of Mom's leg. Jenny has to have at least 40 points from me or someone else. And your primary leg can change. So if Mom's growing really big and she has a bunch of my points that month, but the next month Jenny's team is really big and Mom's drops off some, it's okay. Your primary leg is just always the one that has the most points. And you'll see that in your back office. I don't have mine pulled up, but it does say points outside primary leg at the bottom. And so you can look at that and you can drop down that drop down menu and it'll show you what rank you're shooting for next and kind of what you need to create that. I see that you guys are chatting down here and I can't seem to get to it to look at it while I'm screen sharing. Okay. Another thing that you can get is not on here. Oh yeah, is your fast start bonuses. So if in your first 30 days, if you're brand new, your ears should be perking up right now. You're brand new. So this is rare, but it's doable. We have had nobody on our team do it, but I know a ton of people in the company are doing it right now. In your first 30 days, not in your first calendar, like the calendar month, but the first 30 days, if you hit gold or above, you get a double bonus. So if you get 20 people on your team with 15 points outside of your primary leg, you get $500 in your first month of working here. I wish that I would have worked harder my first month, if I could be really honest with you, because that having that potential for that first 30 days, I mean, I would be reaching out to, I don't know, 10 or 20 people a day. That's just what I would be doing, because the potential to make that kind of money in my first month and run with that would be, the momentum it would create for your team would be amazing. So if you're somebody that's new and that like, you love a challenge and that's like, ooh, me, sorry about my blue fingers, ooh, me, like you need to let somebody know. We want to work with you. We want to push you along and help you know what to do. And it's very doable. It will be work. I mean, what isn't work? If you're going to earn money, it's going to be work. But Jenny, do you have a question?
I just realized I could raise my hand. That's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, I wanted to ask something that I've been curious about, actually. I'm sorry that I don't know this by now. But so if you fast start gold, I know they double your gold bonus, but does your silver bonus double too?
Your silver doesn't ever double, but gold and above.
Right, but I didn't know if once, like I know when you hit, even if you fast start silver, you don't double your bonus, but then if you fast start gold, do they then go back and double your silver bonus?
I don't think so. I think because it's points only, like it switches from personally sponsored to points. I'm pretty sure I read that it only starts at gold, but it did say that if you hit more than one, you get all of them. Like if you hit senior gold in your first 30 days, you get $700 plus $500 plus $100. So I don't think they double silver, but any other one,
so
they still do.
So if you fast start gold, technically you're getting a you're getting $600 bonus because you're getting $100 for silver. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
that would be, that would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So up next, I'm going to show you how can I change, I don't know how to change the document without stopping screen sharing. Okay, I'm just going to stop share and then, sorry you guys, I'm technically challenged, no doubt about it. This is our annual ambassador income. Has everybody seen this before? If you're new, you might not have seen it yet, but I just want to show you. So a senior ambassador is someone with, they're $34.95 paid, they're 100 PV and 2 personally sponsored people. So for example, I think Beth Dermeyer is senior ambassador. I don't even know who's senior ambassador, but so that annual income for a year is around $2,000 for that. Wouldn't that be nice to have an extra $2,000 a year? I mean, I'll take it, right? So let's jump up. So a gold. We have a lot of people shooting for gold. That's $12,000 a year. And then Ruby, senior Ruby. I'm about to shoot for senior Ruby. Mom's shooting for Ruby. Jenny just hit senior gold. She's making about $23,000 a year. I'm Ruby, $35,000. That's just about what came through on my taxes. Senior Ruby is about $50,000. It's just amazing. It is amazing what the average incomes are. And let me show you this monthly. It's coming. Now? I'll just stop. I don't think it wants you to change without restarting for some reason. It wants you to, here it is. Okay, monthly income by rank. Yes, okay. So you can see what everybody makes a month. Just ordering your products every month, you're gonna be making around $175 a month with a couple ambassadors. Silver, $400 a month. I mean, for a lot of people, for me, when I first started, that was life-changing. It still is life-changing. I can always use an extra $440 a month. I don't know about you guys. Hopefully, if you're here, you can use an extra $440 a month. Look at those diamond and sapphire and emerald numbers, you guys. $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $37,000 a month. I mean, the income potential here really is amazing. So I just want you to think about those numbers while we finish up here. I don't have very much more to go over. So emerald, when you hit emerald, raise your hand if you know what happens when you hit emerald. Anybody? Okay, when you hit emerald, you get to pick out a Lexus. they send you $500 to pay on that Lexus. You can get it in your name. You can lease it. You can do it however you want. You have 4 to choose from. I don't have pictures of those. I did think about doing that, and with the head smashing incident, it just didn't work out. Hawaii, you get to go to Hawaii every single year with 1 guest for free. And it's first class, like free flights, free hotel, free food, free fun, days on the beach, relaxing. It's not meetings the whole time. I'm really, really praying and believing that I'm going to be there this year in September, you guys. So I really can't even fathom it. Hawaii is like a bucket list thing for me. So I would love to be in Hawaii with all of you here. And then you get part of the Emerald bonus pools. So that is the next part on our little chart here. I'm going to share again, is our bonus pools. It's not on here, isn't it? I don't know on this one. All right, I'm going to pull up my old one that I have. Can you see that? I don't know why I keep trying. I should just. Here's the old one. Bonus pools. Over here, profit sharing. So once you hit Emerald, you get a 3%. This is the rest of that 50% that they took out of all of the income of the company. So 3% goes to Emeralds, 4% goes to Sapphires, and Diamonds get 5%. So I've heard that the average Emerald bonus pool share is around $2,000. So you can just imagine, it gets higher and higher the higher you get. So I feel like, Emerald is a really big place. It's a really big goal to hit, but it's also going to be a really big change in our paychecks when that happens. So that's something to really be excited about. Okay. So I wanted you guys all to know that I really feel like the fact that you're here and on this call means that you have the potential. I don't know what I just did. I just clicked the button. Whoop, sorry. Let me stop sharing. I clicked something. Can you guys see me still? Okay. You have the potential to be in Hawaii with us, to drive that Lexus, and to make the most money that's possible here. The blessing of Plexus, I'll be real honest with you. I need this paycheck. I love this paycheck. It keeps me home with my kids. But what I love more is the text messages that I get from people that don't have to take ibuprofen every day because their back feels better, and they can go to the bathroom every day and they're not taking Miralax every single day. And their kids love them more because they're able to be with them and play with them and get in the floor with them. So that's what's changed my life. But I'll be really honest with you, the pay is not bad. And I really feel like for the hours that I work during the week, I'm being overly compensated for that. So one more thing, when you hit Diamond, that's the top of our company, you get $1,000 stipend for that Lexus. You get a black Lexus. Of course, you still get the Hawaii trip. Now you get a Diamond destination trip right before the Hawaii trip. So they're gone for like 10 or 12 days instead of the 7 days. So it's a really cool thing. And then once you're Diamond and you have 6,000 points, you are allowed to re-enter under yourself. So Celeste Gwynn, we are on her team. If you're on here, you are on Celeste's team. She is the only double diamond in our company. She has hit diamond 2 times on her teams. And so she hit diamond once, she re-entered under herself, and she hit diamond again. Another cool thing, which that is not something you hear in multi-level marketing. I really do feel like the generosity of our company has made it where you have the ability to go as high as you want. And not only can you re-enter under yourself, but your husband can enter under you as well. They prefer that we enter our husbands as we hit gold. It's not a rule. It was a rule at one time. They took it off the quote unquote rules. But they really prefer that we wait until we're gold, and then we put our husband, you can put your husband under yourself, and you can build a team in both places. So not only can you hit diamond, but then you can have your husband under you, growing a team under him, and you really could be a quadruple diamond family if you wanted to work that hard. And that is mind blowing. So the possibilities, a double diamond, let's just go with 25. So 25,000 times 2. So 50,000 a month for each of you. 100,000 a month. I could do it. I could find places to put that money, right? We couldn't. Okay. I know that you guys probably have a million questions because I feel like it is a jumbledy mess of the compensation plan. So if Jenny has her hand raised again, so if she has a question.
I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to take that off.
Please feel free to ask questions. I am going to stop the recording so you guys can feel a little bit more comfortable